I've watched a couple of videos since Satisfactory released on console, and I've decided to try and do a video myself to explain the game better. So before further ado, let's get started. Now we're going to start. There's 4 bios. There's grassy field, there's rocky desert, there's a northern forest, and the dune desert. Now it says that the grassy field is good for beginners. Myself, I don't particularly like it. It's got loads of impure nodes. It's quite flat, but it's definitely not my favourite. The other 3 I really all like, but for this one, let's do the dune desert. There it is. We'll go with session name. Let's go. Swan. We'll put in YouTube. If you do like this video or you think it's helpful, please like, and we'll see how far we go. So without further ado, let's get started. We're not going to skip tier 1s. We're going to try and do this. I'm going to try and explain what I'm doing, and we'll just see how far we get together. I'm also going to try and not create anything on the bench. So I'm going to try and set up from the start.
Separation from
automate.
main transport complete. Group A delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion.
I think this game's very beautiful.
Attention pioneer, I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning arrow assist.
Like I said, this game is very beautiful.
Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion. Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situation.
Now what I've realised by watching videos recently is
acceptable.
The tutorial in this game is very basic. It's very basic, and sometimes it leaves people to be really confused. Now, I'm no master at this game, but I have played a good few hours.
In your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha. Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding. First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
First thing we want to do is collect some stuff.
Next
That we need for power later on.
Dismantle the drop pod. Fixit Incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Now, resources you can scan for. First thing you get is iron. Let's pick up a bit of quartz on the way.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing
Sorry,
properties
Caterium.
similar to those in Group 11 on the
Which we'll
periodic
use
table,
to
such as
make
high conductivity and
advanced power
malleability.
poles,
Store
Mark
this
IIs and Mark
potential resource
IIIs.
for later use.
Quartz we'll need, which is over in that direction. There it is. And we'll need that for blade runners. So there is going to be our limestone. There is copper over there. And then I believe there's a pure, should be just on the other side of this. Which is going to be a good place for us to start. There's a normal node.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous,
There's the
and a
quartz.
thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study. Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Store this potential resource for later use.
There we go. This is our pure node. Which I believe is quite a good place to start.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near-future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
So let's get this somewhere which isn't too far out of the way. We can always move it at a later time.
Hub foundation built. The
Let's
hub
clear the
terminal
little
and
hostiles
crafting
in
bench
the
are only
area.
the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 1.
First thing we need is to be able to build a crafting bench, and then I will show you why. So if I get 50 iron ore, that should be enough. Thank you. And then we make we need 3 of these. There we go, into them. And then we make a couple of them. And then a little, not a glitch, but a way to do it a bit quicker is if you put your crafting bench on the node. Let's put it by here. And then you start. And you can mine and craft at the same time, which in early game really does help. as until you can put automatic miners down, you are left manually crafting. But like I said, we will try and keep manual crafting to the absolute minimum in this. And I want to take slow time and explain what I'm doing and try and give you a good setup and a good start to the game. Once again, if you do like these videos, please give me feedback. This is my first time making videos, and I just want to introduce you to a game that I really find interesting and I enjoy playing myself. But watching some of the new people play, I just feel it. Spaghetti. Oh, it's just stressful because this is such a game, but I realise that the tutorial isn't that good. Right. I think we'll go up to about 100 ingots. Obviously, we are mining quicker than what we are crafting. Then we need 10 rods for the first stage. So we've got them 10 rods. We run back now to our hub. We can complete hub upgrade number 1, which will give us walls on the building. There it is. Oh no, it didn't.
Hub upgrade 1, storage and frame completed.
Hub
Equipment
2.
like the portable
Right,
miner
we need now
can now be
20
made in
rods
a
and 10
workshop.
plates. We can do that.
Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the
Here's the
Fix-It
10.
mission. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 2.
Got these. There we go.
Hub Upgrade 2, Power and Shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fix-It technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 3.
Now we can take this crafting bench with us. Oh, there's a bit of sulphur up there. I believe it's sulphur, is it? Or is it limestone? It's limestone. Well, we'll pick some of that then. That'll come in handy. Pick up some nuts.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not
These will help
generate enough
with
data for Fix-It to
keeping
make an
us
informed decision.
healthy and stuff.
Store this potential resource for later use.
So here we go. We got some more limestone, which we will need. But as I said at the start, we've got a limestone node. So as soon as we can set up a little base on there, we will. There it is. We're going for a bit of copper now by here. So, oh, it's guarded by our little friend. Now these are spitters. Take this in the start.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable
This is an
chemical
impure,
substance
right?
in an
So
organ
we don't
close
think
to
we
their
want to stay
mouth,
around with that.
and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Preserve the remains for later study.
Once again, we are picking up leaves and as we go along, send them a node. But I got a funny feeling this is what we want over here. Ooh, hello there. You're not very friendly. There we go. And this is a normal node. Well, it's better than an impure. So we'll start with this. Once again, picking up, clearing the area. This is a desert, but we do have a lot of plants over there that we can, when we need power. Okay, so we once again get our crafting bench out. Pop it down. We start mining, and then we can start crafting. and we're doing both at the same time. And we are roughly breaking even now. We are with this normal node. Now we need 20 cable, but I also will need some wire. So I think once again, I'll probably look at doing 150 wire, making some cable, as I do want to start setting things up. But I also want to get platforms. So when you're building things, they clip together nicely and you can start planning little. You probably will end up tearing this all down later on when you build bigger factories. But it just gets you to stage 1. Myself personally, I prefer the starting game. I find it really relaxing. Obviously, you know, the controller's down now. I'm not pressing anything. It's just relaxing. It is. It's a very beautiful game. There's loads to discover. It is worth trying to find some hard drives. We will get some now. I will show you where some locations are. And we'll see if we can unlock some. We need to get some power slugs. We get the man. There's just so much we can do. Got about 30 cable here now. Right, that's 30 cable. Once again, take our crafting bench with us. Oh. There we go. Thank you very much. Some more limestone. We haven't got enough space that way. What about if we... No. Okay. Very early on in the game, space is very limited. You either need to find hard drives or upgrade the hub to get more infantry slots. But I'm a strong believer, Rome wasn't built in a day, so... Right. So what do we need now? So what do we just
Hub
unlock?
upgrade 3.
We unlocked
Interior
concrete,
furnishing completed.
reinforced iron
The
plates,
constructor can produce
screws.
simple parts,
We can now
and power
search for
poles
limestone,
allow for the expansion of the
power
power grid.
poles,
When you make the
constructors.
inevitable mistake, Fixit's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fixit pioneers are only human and thus prone to error. Next objective,
Right.
complete hub upgrade 4.
For our next part now, we need 75 iron plates. We need 20 cable, which we got. And we can make 50 concrete, so we're all good for the next one. And that gives us belts. And if you can put a miner down, if you can put a constructor down, but it's no good if you can't put a belt in between them. So I think this is the point where we can build. But like you said, I would like to go to where we can get foundations, because that would just make it much more neater. So hopefully I have enough for the 75 iron plates. This was the advantage of mining and crafting at the same time. We've always got some spare iron ore to make into ingots. There we go. We did have enough. Plus we had some plates on us anyway, so we but I would need to put another crafting bench down, so I didn't want to use them plates that I had on me. Next thing I need to do is make 10 concrete. There we go, make some concrete. Drop all this in here. And I believe we're making quite good. We're on to stage 4. And we've had
upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources.
So we get another 3 slots. We get a storage container and we get the miner.
Clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
So the next thing we need now is to make a 75 iron rod. But once again, I've used all my iron at the moment. We will need quite a lot of iron plates to build the platforms. So I think it's best that we build up a little bit of iron now to take us forward to the next stage. And like I said before, I'm mining and crafting at the same time. And I'm also mining quicker than I'm crafting. So I will also have a little bit of spare once I finished. And this way you make the most use of your time. Because I do understand that early gameplay in this game can be quite slow. You're trying to get your head around the factions that you've got to make plates, you make rods, then you introduce copper, then you introduce limestone. And it just feels like you get your head around one item and then they change it and you've got to make something totally different. There were 100 of them. Just see it's okay for a little while. I'll also be interested to know what made you want to buy Satisfactory. If you leave your comments down below. This game has been out for a few years now on PC. And it's obviously recently come out on console. I hope that there'll be more work. They have said they got 1.2 planned for sometime next year. Rumours are February. And then in the future, bigger updates than 1.2. Maybe it could be another world. Maybe it could be another stage at the end. But I'm really invested in what this company can go for. Coffee Stains have done a real good job, the development team. Right, so we need some more wire now to make some more cable. We got 10. We need 50. So if we make that into cable. have the concrete already. Right, let's go and see where we are from there. The hub is starting to take shape now. Drop all these in.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
Right. Now I have the necessary materials already to make the rods, the plates, and the wire. But I do not have enough limestone. Now, you don't gather limestone as quick as you craft it. So if I take my crafting bench and start collecting limestone as I'm sorting out the plates and the rods and the wire, I should then have enough limestone by the time. I believe there are some enemies over here. Why deal with one when you can deal with two? One done. Two done. This is a pure node, so it's not bad. There we go. They don't do a lot of damage, but they always seem to get me somehow. Here we go. So, let's go back to making some iron ingots. And we're still, limestone is being collected, so our concrete's going up. There it is. I find this is the best way. You get the materials, and you can gather one material while you're crafting another. Just makes the early game that a little bit quicker. And then we can get on to building a basic setup of limestone, wire, cable, rods, plates, reinforced plates, and everything we'll need to get the space elevator. So let's get these 100 rods done first. So next we need a 100 plate. Concrete are in stacks of 500. So you collect limestone as 100. The concrete will go in a stack of 500. wire will go a stack of 500. Plates and rods at 200 per stack. We got our plates now being crafted. Next we're going to do our wire. So there's our 100 plates. Next, our 100 wire. And we've already got 117 concrete. We should get about 200 by the time we finish this. So that's the 100 wire done. But we do craft this quicker than we mine it, so it's always good if you can come over here and make something else. It does help. Otherwise you'll just be waiting around. And basically we're all here to make some mega factories. Take a craft bench. It's back to our hub. Then we'll go back to our hub we arrive. And let's drop off what we got. And there we are, upgrade 6. And that's it for the
Hub upgrade 6.
Tier
Landing
0.
Platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Right. So I think basic building is our first priority. Then we will set up a power plant, and then we'll take it from there. So, back to our crafting bench. So I want to turn, I need 100 rods and 100 plates. There it is. Then I'm going to set up a list on the side of the game to see what we need to build a basic base. and we'll take it from there. I don't know how long we want these episodes to be, so we may do this milestone, and then the next episode would be building a base. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, but we'll have a look now. We'll see how long it takes to get these. Like I said, we need 200 concrete, plus we're going to need a lot of concrete, and we have to build the platforms for the power plants. We're going to need iron plates as well. Now we got copper ingots next for wire and for cable, which will be important because we need cable to link our power poles. And then we start on our concrete. Right, so let's talk a bit more about power. You naturally have leaves and wood. You can put this in a biomass burner. Wood lasts longer than leaves, but we can also make biomass. And if you can see, we can make 260 biomass out of wood, and we can make 5 biomass out of the leaves that we're currently carrying. This then can be fed straight into the biomass burners with belts, splitters, and this will last power. And then we will eventually unlock solid biomass. But at the early game, biomass is far more efficient than just burning the leaves and woods on their own. We have enough concrete, but this time we don't have enough iron, so we run back now. Put our crafting bench back down. And then we'll finish off with a bit more concrete. Tidy up our infantry, as I do like a tidy infantry. concrete done. Now we'll do the rods. Finally the iron plates. This is going to take a while. Unfortunately, a lot of iron ingots to make the plates. I do apologise if you do find this a bit slow at the start. I do promise we will automate, which will help, because as we're off doing other things like exploring, we will have plates, rods, and everything made in the background. But we are not quite there yet for that. I will try and make it as quick as possible. But I also want to show you exactly how to do this, as I find the tutorial just shows you very, very basic and then just lets you get along with it. And quite a lot of people are finding it overwhelming. Right, so we got all these we need for the milestone. Send that off.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
We gotta wait 1 minute 30. I would really like to get solid biomass due to I would like to make a power plant. I'll show you how that is set up. So if I do select that milestone, no, that's not the right one. That's the one we want. So it's 100 concrete, which we already have. We would need 500 screws. Which we should be able to make once we get some more iron ingots per year. And we would need 100 cable, which we would need to go and get some more copper. So with that being told, crafting bench, and let's go get some more copper. also we get the power to unlock a chainsaw, which will help with gathering trees. Mining and crafting. Let's get the 500 screws to start with. We've already got the concrete. And then we will get the cable to finish with. Should we have rods maybe? Maybe not. And a 20 should do it. There we go. We know enough. Trying to think what the best order is to set up. Definitely power plants. We definitely need concrete. We need wire. But we also need plates and rods. Oh, there's so much work to be done. Sounds like fun times ahead. Right. So there's that. Let's start using this. We need 200. We need 100. So that requires us to have 200 wire. So now we know exactly how much wire we need. And it takes the guesswork. We should have been using this much longer. Please do accept my apologies. So there we go, there's a 200 wire. And as you can see, as we're making the wire, it's telling us how much we got. And eventually when we get to 200, there'll be a tick where the wire is. So if you are making a shopping list for items you require, if you do have enough of that item in your inventory, you'll just get a tick there. And if you do need to go and pick it up, you'll get the icon of what item you need to go and pick up, which is very handy for when you start doing bigger projects later in games. There we go. We got that. Now we need 100 cable. And nicely, the numbers go down as we're making the cable. And eventually when we get to 0, it will disappear off the screen. And that project has been done. Okay, we take our crafting bench. Make our way back now to the man. Pick up as much wood, leaves on the way as we can, because we will need this to jumpstart our power production. So I'm just checking along this episode. This episode has been some more Continuum. Which will help us get in our Mark II power poles. Some no raw quartz, which we'll get for Blade Runners. But to get all these, we need to unlock the man. There's a hard drive site per year. So that's definitely something we will be getting in the next episode. I feel like we've unlocked tier 1. We're ready now for power and to build a base. So,
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It
customize.
Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun, fun, fun.
Well, thank you, Ada. Thank you for that. And there we go. This is where we're at. This is the view. And I think that's a good place to leave it for this episode. So thank you for tuning in. And I will catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.